Hey guys, so you will have seen me go through a flip through of my 2023 reading journal. This is just from the dollar store, the Dollarama. So I was able to find the exact same one again this year, which is kind of cool. So let's go ahead and jump in to see what my 2024 reading journal looks like. This year I added a little strap to it because, as you can see, last year's was quite oversized and beefy, you know? I even had to thin it out in the spine, and I already thinned this one out to avoid that problem. So anyway, let's just jump in. Opening page. I once again have my genre and category guide here that I can just flip out when I need it. I can have this out while I'm working in my journal, so it's very, very handy and accessible, but also something I can't lose, so super duper cool. I just added these puffy stickers here. I felt like they went with the vibe. I don't really like the placement of them, but I don't really know how to place them better, so that's where they are. This is where I track, I store all of my book covers that I have pre-printed that I at some point would like to read. So I've got a whole bunch here, and I just stuff them in this pouch. I like the pouch I had made last year better, actually, because even in the short time I've been using this journal, I find that these kind of fall out without like some kind of way to secure them in. So yeah, I do like that there's a little window in here. I think that's pretty fun. It helps me see if maybe the one I'm looking for is right on the top. That's handy. But yeah, this is just some decor. So next page, I have my quote and just my welcome page. So this is from Louisa May Alcott. Some books are so familiar that reading them is like being home again. And I have to tell you, every time I start The Hobbit, and it starts, in a hole in a ground there lived a hobbit. And as soon as that starts, I feel like I'm home. It's just so weird. So I really like that quote, specifically for The Hobbit. This is so I have actually never done a word for the year. I've always wanted to, because I've always seen my friend Chantel do it, but I just feel like it's never come to me, and I really wanted it to be something God-inspired. So in the last month or so, I did feel like maybe there was a word. It is private, mostly between me and God, so I will keep it private, but this is my spread. This is a book image that I have in here like a Dutch door, so it does open up. But I will be writing in here anything that I study in the Bible about this word, or, things I learn. So this will hopefully be filled up by the end of the year or sooner. So that's this page. This is my 24 books to read in 2024. So there were, I think, 6 books that I carried over from last year's 23 books to read in 2023 that I didn't get to. I added a bunch myself, and then I asked my husband to give me 5 or 6. So he did help me with them, but he didn't get full reign this year because last year he did me a dirty, and almost all of them were classics. So this year I had to put my foot down a little bit and pick some myself. So about half of these are his choices and half of them are mine. So let's see how this works out. It just so happened that I have these blank spaces. I didn't design anything in the layout, nor did the books fill it in. So I'm not really sure what I should do in here. Maybe I'll do predicted 5 stars and ones I actually liked. I don't know. You let me know. Do you guys have any ideas of what I can use these corners for this particular spread? Let me know in the comments below. Next page is the Read Your Bookshelf Challenge and the Buzzword Readathon from Chantel and Kayla. So I much prefer this spread to last year's. I really, really like the way this spread turned out. So yeah, they're both monthly readathons. So they each have a prompt for each month. And Chantel did her Read Your Bookshelf challenge a little differently this year, so you can either be on Team Montgomery or Team Doyle. And depending on who you choose, there's a different prompt. So yeah, I have those listed here in case, just so I know whose team I'm on or whatever. And then same with Kayla's, I have her prompts here as well. So I'm not going to be putting covers on this one. I'm going to just be writing in the book that I select for these prompts, but I do really like the way that this layout turned out. Next page. This is my bookshelf page. So this is the one where I track more of the boring information, if you will. So I'm just gonna start filling out the books I read in each month. This is a little space that I can do my tallies at the end of each month, and these are my color code references for this particular bookshelf. So I really actually like the way that this page turned out as well, so that's good. The next one, I wasn't going to do a series like tracker this year, so it's not going to be, I ended up doing one, obviously. It's not going to be comprehensive. I'm only going to begin tracking ones that I either start and plan to continue or I finish. So I'm not going to put every series that I've ever started here, only the ones that I'm actively interested in reading. Does that make sense? So yeah, like for example, I did start the book Shady Hollow in December, and I may read more in that series. I may not. I don't know. It's not off the list, but it's not high on my list. So I'm not going to put it in here because I don't have any push to read the second one this year. Like, it doesn't have to be, you know what I mean? So it's just a low priority. So this is more for my higher priority series. I'm not sure if any of that made sense, but yeah, so far I just have Mrs. Jeffries because that's definitely a series I will be continuing in 2024. Next page is my 5-star books. So just as I go throughout the year, if I come across a 5-star book, I'm just going to print out a cover and it'll end up looking a little like this. So I'm just gonna, end up throwing them on the page so that at the end of the year, I can go to this page and I can see what all of my 5-star books were, and it'll be really, really easy and handy, and I can, this is kind of like a celebration page, like, yay, these books were great. Whereas instead of doing like a favorite of each month, which I feel like is not a fair representation of my favorite books, I think this will be much better for me. So I like that I decorated it in gold because gold is fancy. The next page is my classics page. So I really like the way this one turned out. Once again, I will just be printing out book covers and it will again look a little like this in here. So yeah, this is my page for classics. Then we have my book log. I've already read 2 books this year, so I'm really jazzed about starting a new year of reading. So this is my book log. I've got a number of pages. I don't plan to read as much as I did in the previous couple of years, but who knows what the year will bring, right? So I do have space if I need it. Then we go right into our monthly spreads. I'm reusing my bookmark from 2023 because I like it. So this is how we're going to do it. It's very, very similar to my 2023 spreads. I did leave a space here this time because I think I want to save this for like any kind of like important notes about this month. I don't know if that's going to be like, I don't know. I'm not sure yet, but I did want to leave this space just for kind of extra information about the month, I guess. Pertaining to reading. This is still a reading journal, so it will be reading based. Again, I have the Christian Booktuber book club, and then, I forgot to write it in. This is the local book club that I'm in, so yeah, This is going to be readathons and buddy reads listed in here just so I can keep it organized. Again, my Read Your Bookshelf Challenge and Buzzword Readathon are notated here. I have my list of books I've read in order going down, and then my DNF list of books going up. So these are my color codes that correspond with my handy little flap there. So at the end of the month, I can tally up how many nonfiction did I read, put it in the red space. How many fantasy did I read, put it in the pink space. So that keeps that really easy. The next page, which is a little different, you guys, it's different, mostly different, is I have this spread. So instead of doing the snippet summaries, which I did not even do last year, I'm not gonna obviously keep a spread for that because I didn't use it. So this is actually going to be, because I really want to focus on Christ in my life above everything else. So this is going to be my Jesus focus. I didn't really want to say like my prayer time or my Bible time or, you know, I just want this to be, you know, a space where I can let Jesus fill me, I can let the Lord speak to me, and I can write it in here. Here I have a little flap that does say prayer because I do want to do a lot more praying, and so I want to write just little jot notes of people's prayer requests, and for the sake of privacy I just want to keep that closed so that I can continue filming these videos. So that will be a little privacy door, I guess. On this page is going to be like my favorites, my monthly favorites. I renamed it Memories instead so that it can maybe be more like a journal. Don't get too scared about the word journal. I don't mean like sharing my thoughts and feelings. I mean more like these are the things that stood out to me this month, whether they were good or bad. So if I say my January favorites, if something significantly bad happens, I can't really write it in because it's not a favorite, but it was crucial to the month. Do you know what I mean? So yes, I would rather have memories. And I wanted to do like a mushroom theme this year. Turns out I didn't really do a theme. It's just for the memories page. So I have a few little mushroom imagery for the memories pages. So this, again, each month will have a favorite book of the month spread, which is this. Currently blank because January just started. So then we have February. I've already started notating readathons that I want to participate in, so that's fun. And then once again, the same spread. So my memories page decoration, I guess, is just a little different on each month. So I do want to show you those because they're fun and cute. And I did leave these little pieces of paper sticking out just because I like the way that looks, but it is kind of handy when I'm doing something like this, just flipping through each month. This is December, right? Oh no, we're still in October. All right. Okay, this is December. So then we have my December favorite book of the month. This is going to be my stats page. I have not like laid out how I want it to look at this point. Because I'm not really a stats girly. I don't really care too much about stats. So I want to wait till I'm actually inspired to like make the page. And then this is going to be my movies and TV record keeping. So last year I did 10, was it? I can't remember. But I did movies that were my favorites and TV shows that were my favorites. And so I want to do that again this year. And I think that's it. Oh no. I do want to start my online shop. I know I've been saying that for many years. So I do want to like maybe organize something in my reading journal that can like keep me accountable, or like show inventory, or I don't know, a list of to-do things like make a website, stuff like that. So yeah, that's kind of in the works. And then at the back here, this will be my flap for the book covers that I don't end up using like I had last year. So this is my reading journal. And I really like this page. I don't care for as much. Like, I don't really care for the utilitarian use of it, nor do I care for the design of it. But regardless, it's here. I'll see if I use it. But yeah, I really liked pretty well most of the pages that I made this year. Let me know if you guys plan to have a reading journal this year. And what does your reading journal kind of look like? Let me know in the comments below. Do you have any major reading goals this year? Honestly, my reading goal, I don't like making goals. I think I've decided I don't like making goals. The only goal that I really made was the one to read less, which is a curious goal to make, kind of contrary to what most people make. But I just feel like I read too much last year, in that it seeped into the other areas of my life that I wanted to focus on, but I was busy reading. Does that make sense? So yeah, it's just kind of a rearranging of priorities, hopefully. I mean, at this point, reading seems to be a bit of an addiction for me, so we'll see how well I can accomplish that. So yeah, let me know what you think. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!